Well, hello to everybody on the internet and very welcome back to the things I do in EVE Online, guys. And I'm out here with the Corporal. I'm in Bahram up and I would like to run some abyss, but let's see if it's gonna work out my way. But I decided it will be nice to kind of show you what I'm sitting on. You know, I kind of bought originally 70 tranquil dark filaments, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was 40 and then another 30, I would say. That should be that should be the right number. Yeah, it's in the videos, I would say. Probably I showed it. Did I bought it with my own money? Oh yeah, but no, I might have bought them with the, how do you say it, with the corporation money as well. I'm not really sure. So yeah, 30 tranquil. And I bought originally another 40, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, as you can see, I might have bought those from my account. Yeah, it's 70 then. It's definitely 70. Yeah, here. So 40 and 30, 70. So that give me about 35 rounds and plus whatever kinda dropped from the rounds itself. I finished everything and I'm sitting at about 61 million just in red loot, if you will. And then if I I can do this. And yeah, I am still working on that, how do you say it, filter for this. So 93 millions in total according to this. So about 70 millions are kind of maybe certain. The rest of it is kind of so depends on the situation. Yep. Those crystalline isogen are kind of undervalued, if you will, at this point, as you can see. And something's off with my window here. Yeah, the ticker didn't want to come. So, oh no, this is a hypercore. I pressed on the ticker. Sorry guys. There we go. So 87,000. You know, if I go straight to the buyers, and 115 if I post it there. And there is some volume, but I don't know if it's the buyers or the sellers, so it might go either way. So yep, 235 millions after taxes, probably 72, 73, because I don't really want to sell my filaments, guys, for now. And then I have a bit of money in those guys too, about 14 millions apparently, and I'm not gonna be bothered with this at all, so just forget about the Skinner stuff. Now I'm going to run some exotic. Let's see how that is going to fare, and that's why I'm posting it. I'm taking only two filaments for now. I'm confident it should go better, you know, but again, I have some ideas, you know, what I would like to do in the future, but at this point I'm still very tight on the CPU, and I want to show you what I have learned as well in the last couple of sessions. I think I posted the last video about the abyss on the 16th, and as you can see, I invested a few skill points and some training as well to grab mass production 1 just in case it might come handy. So I have one character with 2 industry slots, so I don't have to relog and do all sorts of nonsense around it. And yeah, then I should have the shield operations and the missile bombardment completed since then. So that's on our side. High speed maneuvering is coming along as well. It's gonna be done in 12 hours, and then we're gonna keep going downwards. Yeah, I'm still very tight on the CPU, guys, and I might be able to refit the ship, but let's see how it's gonna go, how this is going to go, because if it's kinda going okay, then I might run those filaments as it is, you know, with Corax as it is, and then think about refitting it or something else. I'm a bit more skeptical for the, how do you call it, for the fire and the electromagnetic, the electrical. There we go. Let's try the Scorch Light again. You know, we're gonna start with that, see how this is going to fare. we should be doing a bit more damage to them, generally speaking, with the kinetic missiles, you know. And I didn't show you what technically this is doing. Have a scan resolution bonus, but minus 30% kinetic damage. And I can start opening this guy so we can see. He's doing about 9% kinetic to us, but now the added bonus, you know, is the fact that they are kinda doing full damage to us. They are applying very well. You know, they don't have any penalties on the turrets. As you can see, we should be able to take them down, but I would say it might be very nice to kinda maybe go full passive tank and you know, or get a shield booster as well going, you know. But yep, that's the Ephialtes, if you will. Yeah, Ephialtes Lancer. As you can see, he's no bother. I don't know if this is after the resistance penalty or before, to be honest. I cannot tell. I think he's giving the one before, if I'm not mistaken, but I might be wrong, guys. I should have opened them in the darks as well to check them. So I'm still gonna get ready for the Skybreaker at every gate, you know, just in case. Now with in the exotic, the kinetic might do just fine as well, but we know that this is going to work, so there is no point of taking any extra risks. As you can see, the Ephialtes didn't do much to us, and you know, the Damavik shouldn't be a big problem as well. You know, he will be doing thermal predominantly and EM maybe, if I'm not mistaken, you know. Or that's how I remember it, but once we see them, we're gonna figure it out. Yep, again the same thing. Very little kinetic, generally speaking, in the Abyss, I would say. Or Explosive was the one that was least present in the Abyss. I cannot remember now. Most of the enemies will do the other threes, if you will. The other three damage types are more common than one of them. I have to check, kind of thing. You know, how it's gonna go. Or how it's going, actually. I know that one of the damage types is less present, if you will. And if you are training, let's say, your skills for the shields, you know, for example, for the passive one, the compensations, you can leave that one for last. Technically, the other three are far more important, if you will. And as you can see, the other problem that I have at the moment with this fit, we are slow boating, you know. In the darks we are getting 50% speed increase, while out here we don't. So yep, these guys can be a bit annoying with this fit, you know. I mean, they are lengthy. As you can see, we are 5 minutes in and we haven't looted the second biocombinative cache. So it might not be a lot of fun, you know. It might be a dragon, but why not, you know what I mean? At the moment, I'm not sure which way I want to go, and still the skills are missing, guys. I mean, we can go with maybe with the hook build, I would say, but look at this. I got 3 of these guys. I don't know if they are kinda worth anything, but there you go. That was an interesting find, if you will. I have never seen it before. So they might have some kind of value, but we cannot check here. We have to go outside. And again, guys, my biggest problem is the CPU at the moment. I have some wiggle room on the power grid, but the CPU is tight on everything, you know. Until I decide to drop more skill points or kind of train the skill itself, I'm gonna be stuck in this situation. I mean, I can always go buy more darks, but I'm thinking, why not? I mean, I can speed some of the footage too. I don't have to play it as it is. It's very slow in my opinion. As you can see, the bonus to the scan resolution is making us target them super fast, you know, if you will. It's almost an instant lock. Well guys, that was a successful run. I'm gonna grab a few more filaments and come back. I didn't press the info on the drones, but just so you know, I will post their names and the damage type that they are dealing. So you can maybe even Google them if you want. Their name lets you know what kind of damage type they're doing, generally speaking, you know. The blast lens, I think it was explosive. And let's say the spark lens is EM, and so on and so forth. But I'll let you know as soon as I will post them and I'll come back and maybe talk about them again, to be honest. Let me dock and grab some more filaments. And there we go, guys. It's again the little drones. So I can maybe show you now, but they're all strike needle. Sorry. So if I go show info, as you can see that these guys are doing 100% kinetic, which is kind of bad for us, if you will, you know. And we can kind of compare our feet inside and outside and see how we fare. Yeah, it's 43%. So we should kind of technically have a higher resistance, you know, outside on the kinetic side. So we are getting a penalty too. But they are easy to deal with. They shouldn't pose a big threat unless you let them keep munching at you. As you can see, you know, the kinetic damage is fine enough. I mean, technically explosive is probably better, but it's not a big deal in this case, because I'm assuming this is before the penalty or after the penalty. I have to check, man. I cannot tell you for sure at this point. But anyway, inside that's what they have, you know, whichever way it is. If it's actually before the penalty, it's even better for us. And there goes the spark needle. They are doing EM, guys, as you can see. So I'm a bit confused about them, to be honest, very often. I don't remember which one is which very often, you know. But as you have to do higher tiers, you know, you're gonna probably remember them. The other one's for strike needle. This is a spark needle, so I'm assuming that's the distinction here. Hey guys, this might kinda end up being very interesting. Let's see. This guy is usually a bit more problematic, and now he can kinda apply full damage on us, so let's see how it's gonna go. And he can ramp up things as well, so yeah, it's explosive and thermal, so we are fine in here. As you can see, that's why I'm a bit more skeptical about the electrical and firestorm as well, because it's gonna drop our resistances by quite a lot, and we don't have much to start with, if you will. Yeah, we have about 41% thermal and 27% EM, so but it's dropping it by 30%, you know. I don't, that's from what I have, or yeah, I have to check that, guys. Is it for if it's 30% from what I have or 30% total? It's interesting. I have to check it. I never consider checking the numbers, if you will. but I'll probably put a description on the screen about it, if you will. So it's the Firestone, yeah, and electrical. The exotic will be, yeah, what we are running now, and the gamma then will be the explosive one. So yeah, it should be fine. And I'm not changing my missiles, guys. I keep calling them rockets. And I should be changing them, you know, before I jump to Mjolnir, just so I have a bit more edge over the Skybreaker, if you will. Everybody else should be fine. I shouldn't have no problem. Oh, we have a Deviant Automata suppressor, medium. So he helped a little bit. Maybe I can start shooting this and see if I'm going to do any damage. Yep, I'm catching that. No bother. And this is an Ember Lens. Unfortunately it's gone, and that should have been the fire damage. Probably. Well guys, that was our 4 runs, if I'm not mistaken, so roughly a million a run, 1.1, 1.15, 1.2 in the survey databases alone, and we got a bunch of other stuff as well, you know. So 6.4 million, so again, I mean, it's close enough, you know. You can count 1 million in red loot per round, that's for sure, and then whatever else drops. I'm really curious about these guys. Yeah, they don't really have a price, if you will, by the looks of it. They're not very popular, and you're gonna use them only outside the abyss, so they don't really improve anything for the guys who are running the abyss. How about the super titled? Oh no, sorry. Yeah, you can maybe check the finding contracts, and then maybe you can, yeah, it's 100,000 ISK in Amar, for example. So they don't really have a great price, you know. But even this, you can probably build them down the road, or we can probably build them down the road, if you will, but I'm not really sure if it's worth building them, guys. You know, as you can see, they will kinda reprocess into minerals, but they will be asking for some other stuff too. As you can see, they will ask for the 0-point condensate and crystalline isogen. Now you can check a price here. He's saying 77 millions, and the outcome 3 billions. I mean, am I reading that right, man? 77 millions. And apparently it's 3 billions. I don't know, guys, it just makes no sense, man. It doesn't make a lot of sense. There are about 57 millions on the market. This is kind of bugged out. Definitely this estimate. Man, I don't know. I'm confused now too. But it doesn't matter, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna call it an episode, so at least you know that you can keep kinda going, and as you can see, I got another 5 darks now. So I can just jump in and finish another 2 darks while I'm out here. But I'm gonna take a rest. There is another kinda way to maybe look at my problem and see if I can kinda maybe do something about the fit. If you go into contracts out here, guys, you can maybe search for, let's say, 5 meganewton is giving, but I want only items, so want to sell module, and then it will filter them out, and there will be plenty of this mutated micro warp drives, guys, on the contracts, which is quite nice and handy. And as you scroll down, as you can see, they are going up in price. That doesn't mean that they are much better. As you can see, this gentleman is asking for, let's say, 110 millions for the velocity boost, but you have situations like this. I mean, it's technically asking for 26.78 less CPU on the fitting for, yeah, I kinda missed it, yeah, 26.78 in total, you know, after the reduction. But if we come here and check what we are flying with, we go on the fitting, it's around 15. So you can kinda make an educated guess if that is going to fit for you or not at the moment. So we are about 9 short. I would say, no, sorry, 8, 9, 10, 11. I cannot do math today, by the looks of it. And that's probably not the only one. We might stumble on another one. And some of them are on very acceptable price, if you will. But we still have a long way to go around, because we have plenty of problems with the CPU and with the capacitor. As you see, you know, we're gonna have to train yet another skill for our shield boosters, the shield compensation, you know, less capacitor need for shield boosters per skill level. So I should better buy this, you know. If I inject from here 195, I'm gonna go to the party anyway, so I'm just gonna buy it on the market, if you will. From there I'm gonna save 40,000 ISK just for that. So set destination, buy this. I have, I think, an industry job that I want to deliver, and I cannot do it from far away. I have to do it in person, and I think I have my little, oh sorry, I better hop into this and empty this stuff. I have to bring some containers too, and I'm considering maybe kinda moving away, you know, and going closer to on the other side where I'm mining as well, and be in that part of the region, if you will. You know, that might not be a bad idea, but in the same time I like it here, so it's not a big deal. But I can bring a few containers, you know. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can find them in deployables on the market. There is plenty of them, just in case if you want to kinda grab a few for yourself. It's gonna be structure, deployable structures, and then you have a bunch of containers. But you definitely you want the cargo containers only. I don't think that you need these other guys. They are not really, I don't know if you can use them in the station even, if you will. But you can use this, you can go from station containers. Just bear in mind that you cannot haul everything. This is 10,000 meter packaged, you know. And let's say for your filaments, they don't really take a lot of space anyway. For example, if I show you here, just bear that in mind. You can put all the filaments in one, and it's only 2.7 meter cubic so far. These guys will take a bit more space, about 1 cubic meter, so again, a small one will do for a very long time. The survey database, same thing. They are very small in size, as you can see. These guys might be heavier, yeah, and that thing as well in volume. So yeah, bear that in mind. You don't really need huge containers, but you have plenty of choices as well. You know, you can go with smaller ones. You can go with standard. Small, that will probably be plenty for, yeah, for your, how do you call it, for the blueprints and the filaments. But you can go with medium too. This guy will fit, yeah, this will fit in the Sunesis as well. You can move it around with the Sunesis, no bother, a couple of them by the looks of it. It's only 33 meter cubic packaged, and you have, oh no, it's only 390 meters cubic, so fair enough. And still it's gonna fit quite a lot of these guys in there, you know. The large container, will it fit in the Sunesis? Yeah, it will fit definitely. You can bring 9 of them when they're packaged, and you have plenty of space as well in it. And yeah, that's all I have to, all I can do today, guys, and post this video. So you have 2 weather types covered 100%. I'll check the rest of them as well and showcase them too. Again, I'm a bit skeptical about the electrical and the firestorm. You know, we are very low on those 2 resistances, and yeah, I mean technically this is a passive tank Corax, and if I can drop this for another field extender, it will be much better, much more reliable. But again, one thing at a time, we have to fix this CPU. So if I'm not in a hurry, or you are not in a hurry like myself, you know, you can keep this ticking, or you can kinda swap these 2 can go after the CPU management, you know. And to be honest, I might do that as well. The navigation is nice, as you can see. It helps a lot as well, you know. It's 5% boost for 1 day and 17 hours. But I might drop it in here and see that ticked. It's about 200,000 skill points. And that's the whole, again, that's the whole exercise for me, you know, to kinda go bare bones, if you will, on the skills and preserve as much skill points as possible. But again, there is nothing wrong with applying your skill points and calling it a day, but I don't think it's gonna open a huge amount of opportunities just because you apply the, you know, the skill points. Maybe if you apply just certain, but we have 2 huge ones here that are what, 400 each, so we might kinda get those 3 big ones out of the way, if you will, with 1 million roughly. But again, that's about it. So that might let us maybe fit an MWD, you know. We're gonna get a bit of DPS too as well from the light missile 5, you know. And again, it's up to you guys. You can make your own decision at this point, but I wouldn't rush, you know. If you still end up just doing T0 Abyss, you know, you're fine with this. Now the other options are to go to frigates, you know, like the hook bill. You know, I think I have a fit here. The worm as well is a thing, but not that one. But yeah, this ship can be made fully stable, cap stable as well. But this is apparently plenty enough. But I'm missing a little bit of DPS, if you ask me. I don't think this will do it. It will be very hairy with the, how do you call it, with the Skybreaker. We're not gonna knock him out of the park, and as you can see at 133 DPS, we are kinda knocking him out of the park. Of course, this frigate will probably not do 130, even if those 5% come through. You know, I think at max skills, all skills at level 5 will probably do 180 or so. You know, on the kinetic side, and it's a 12 million fit, which I'm quite surprised. They were quite more expensive, I would say, in the past. So yeah, they have 25% bonus to kinetic light and rocket damage per skill level, and 20% to all the other EM explosive and thermal, so that is making it great, and 10% bonus to light missile and rocket maximum velocity. So they fly a bit longer, as you can see, 41 kilometers again, which is quite nice. You can start shooting from far away, but I would say we have to go over 100 for the Skybreaker, and I think we're gonna reach over 100, and this should take my implant in account as well, you know, so it should be fine. And once we have all the skill at max level, you know, we should be fine. But I don't remember if we have frigate level 4. We shouldn't. No, Caldari frigate, it's another 3 days. So we can drop it in there. And the other option is to kind of beeline for the Gila. I don't have a fit here, the Povertilla, if you will. I think that's the one that I would fly. And there you go. It's actually in here. It's listed. And of course we cannot fit it because of the CPU issues. So again, but you need the drone skills. If you go for the worm, you need drone skills. So, and you need shield skills as well, and you need the fitting skills. So I don't know if you want to rush towards it, but I don't think that we're gonna get very far, guys. We might be able to do T1 maybe with the Gila, if it just drop in skills into the cruisers, the Caldari cruiser, and sorry, I think it was Galante and Caldari, wasn't it? Just so I don't end up talking rubbish and correcting myself later, but I'll tip overload. But yeah, I'm missing 11 skills technically for this fit. It's ridiculous. And one of them is light missiles too, because you're flying this with rapid light launchers too, guys. Yeah, so there we go. And what do we need? Yeah, Caldari and Galante, as you can see. So, and the Galante is level 3, but the Caldari cruiser is only level 2 needed. So yeah, we can definitely apply them by the looks of it today and get it out of the way, and we could get into this hull and maybe kinda try to reduce some stuff and do T1s. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be probably even a bit more slower than this boat, and again, I'm not really sure if it's gonna be a huge improvement. Now the biggest problem is also the price tag. We need about 450 millions by the looks of it. Here 443. By the time we get to market, it might be a bit more expensive. So bear that in mind, guys. You know, I'm certain that you know, you will have to be a bit more patient, or another option that we can go for it, but we don't have disk anyway, is those daily alpha injectors, you know, for example, or a skill injector. That might be and I'm looking for skill injectors inside the Fitzman. A large skill injector might be a good thing if you are allowed to use it. Yeah, 500,000 allocated skill points. No bother. Up to 5 millions. Yeah. So if you have less than 5 million, we're gonna get that. But what is the price here? 860 million. So that might be a goal, for example, you know. And there is a small one that will give us... this is achievable. We can grab this. But it will give us only 100,000. So those are an option. And there used to be a daily. Nope, sorry, I don't know how to spell daily. Man, sorry guys. Yeah, daily alpha injector. 54 millions, and you're getting 50,000. So yeah, it doesn't sound like a bad idea. But these are kind of guaranteed if you're in an alpha state. There is no different states if you have such and such and such and such. So they're not bad, in all honesty. As you can see, we can we have what now? We have about 60 millions here in Regolith alone. 66. We can buy one already. We can buy. We have in the Corp another 82 millions or so, as you can see, and there you go. That's another option to kind of keep boosting our skill points, but it's up to you guys. It's just an option. If you want it that badly, or if you feel that you need the skill points that badly, you buy the injectors. It's no biggie. But thanks for staying until the end of this video, guys. It's ended up being a bit prolonged again. I'm gonna try and cut out the travel time, if you will, in between the gates in the abyss, and make it a bit shorter. But yeah, we have a few options for the future. I just wonder, how should I go about it? Should I drop my points into the drones, or should I kind of get this missile stuff out of the way? Because the missiles will come handy for a few ships, especially if you can drop down to frigates. You know, that will be nice in my opinion, because we're gonna be a bit more agile and fast. I think the runs will be going a bit faster, if you will, or at faster pace. We're not gonna save a ton of time, but we're still gonna be spending 5 minutes probably in the abyss. But I don't know, those little guys feel a bit more alive, if you will, when you fly them, and the loot will go up. So technically we are flying destroyers now. We could have grabbed a cruiser, and the cruiser will do T0 no bother. But the idea is to kind of maximize our profit too. We are investing 2 filaments, but we are getting double the loot now compared to a cruiser. And the cruiser is getting 1 times the loot, the destroyers 2 times the loot, because there is supposed to be 2 in there, and the frigates are getting 3 times the loot. So once we drop into the frigates, it will be even better. We will be making a bigger return technically. But still, I think we have to grab the light missile at least. The missile launch operation will be very nice too, you know, to have. The CPU will be nice, and we can make that little fit cap stable if we want to, if we have the room for it, and we should be. The shield skills will come handy, because that was an active shield tank, you know, so we have plenty of skills to learn. But hey guys, thanks for staying until the end again. Please like, comment and subscribe if you have the will for it. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll go pick up my skill book and finish my industry job. Fly safe.